Participants, we have Mr. Prakash Arya. He's a serial entrepreneur in digital and dot-com ecosphere. He has worked closely with brands like UNICEF, Microsoft, Google India, British High Commission, British Council, Genesis Colors Limited, and many more organizations. He is a graduate from Delhi University and a management degree holder in marketing and communication. He can be described as an e-professional who has evangelized digital media as strategist, domain knowledge expert, speaker and management consultant for years, and now has added few feathers to his hat by starting his own ventures. He has founded Rosemary Interactive in 2012 and serving as Chief Digital Officer. Rosemary Interactive Private Limited, a premier digital agency based in New Delhi. He has founded Rosemary Consulting in 2015 and serving as principal consultant. He has founded Rosemary eVentures in 2016 and serving as principal officer. His interest and knowledge has helped him to actively participate in academics, training and education, workshop and technical seminars. To serve his passion of imparting knowledge and interacting with new people with diverse opinions, he keeps working as industry faculty, corporate trainer, guest lecturer and speaker for IITs, IIM, RECs and many leading educational institutions in business studies, management studies, mass communication, journalism, etc. So we have Mr. Prakash Arya joining us to share some knowledge. So Mr. Prakash Arya, it's all for you now. Thank you so much, sir.
Thanks. Hello everyone. I'm really delighted to share few of my thoughts, few of my views on driving web traffic. First of all, you are welcome to Global Digital Marketing Summit, where I've been given this opportunity to talk on web traffic. Uh, if we talk about digital marketing in one line, it is all about profitability. It is all about scalability. It is all about reaching on a next milestone. So, in this context, if we talk about the web traffic, it is probably one of the most important aspect, because it might happen that you have a very good website, you have a wonderful product, you have all marketing strategies on place, but if traffic is not coming to your website, it is really a matter of concern. The moment I see a lots of individuals, entrepreneurs, SMEs, SMBs, and big corporates, I feel I take this impression they are still struggling with a quality web traffic. When we talk about web traffic, it is really very important to understand that when we talk about driving web traffic to your website or whatsoever digital presence you have, what does it mean? Are we talking about SEO perspective only? SEO, it means I'm talking about search engine optimization. Are we talking about search engine marketing? Are we talk about some Google AdWords or some online campaign? Are we talk about digital PR? Are we talk about different kind of content marketing? In one word, if you talk about how to drive a good quality traffic to your website, definitely the answer is yes. So all these components contribute a lot to getting the right kind of traffic to your website. In India, or you can say in South Indian Eastern places, countries, you see that people are really very much concerned about SEO activities. There are lots of companies in the market, there are lots of individuals in the market who say that they are the SEO expert and they can boost your web traffic using different kind of algorithms, using different kind of keywords, using different kind of meta tags and description. But number of times what had happened, since I'm interacting with a lots of entrepreneurs, budding entrepreneurs and a corporate, they say that they have a huge traffic. Some of them has a huge traffic, but sales is not happening. Their marketing, the strategies are not working. So what is wrong in that? If we talk about driving a web traffic and we are using SEO as a prime tool for diversion of a good kind of traffic to your website, what went wrong? We need to understand. First of all, we need to understand when we talk about traffic, what does it mean? Traffic does not mean that if suppose you are selling an ice cream and whosoever is searching a term ice cream on a web or on a Google, they will come to your website or your website is quite relevant to them merely on this aspect that you are selling ice cream. So this is not the case. It means relevancy of your website, relevancy of your business should be the first concern when you talk about marketing strategies, when you talk about a good quality traffic. For instance, I'm dividing this complete concept into small parts. First of all, let's talk about SEO. SEO, as we know, that SEO is one of the most important tool when we talk about web traffic. 99% of us normally rely on SEO. On the second hand, there are lots of people. There are different kind of schools, different kind of people, different kind of professionals. They talk about that SEO will or an organic SEO will take a lots of time. So instead of putting your time, your value, your money, your energy into an organic SEO thing, why don't we use AdWord or any kind of paid campaign? But let me correct you here. When we talk about SEO, SEO is a science. It's a complete science. It is a complete ecosystem in itself. Merely using a keyword, merely using a right kind of content, merely using right kind of description on your website will not pull the web traffic to you. It might happen. You must have seen these kind of examples that website X or website Y have a lots of huge traffic to their website, but their bounce rate will be really high. So what are the reason behind? So when we talk about web traffic, it means the first step we should talk about the optimization of your website. When you do optimization of your website, this is the first step of SEO also. When we talk about SEO, there are two aspects. One is on-page SEO and another one is off-page SEO. So when you work on your website for optimization purpose, it is a part of your on-page SEO activity. So what does it mean exactly when we talk about online SEO activity? What does it mean? It means that whatsoever content you are putting on your website, whatsoever navigation system you are putting on your website, whatsoever different kind of CTA call to action elements on your website, it should be synced with each other. Number of times, because you know that you don't know that whether your website will be open on a mobile or a tab or a normal desktop computer or a laptop, and the moment you open the same website on different devices, the look and feel, the navigation aspect will automatically change. It means navigation could be the first aspect where should we should concentrate much from our driving web traffic. Number of times what had happened, even I had experienced the same kind of instances where I visit a website which is quite good one, but the moment I landed on a website, I for some seconds like 15, 20, 30 seconds, I have been struggling to find out the navigation. Where is the navigation? So navigation, if you make your navigation in a right manner, uh, most appropriate manner, the color themes, the kind of style you put it on a navigation, it will hold your traffic for some kind of thing. You don't expect your web traffic to come to your website and struggle for looking at different kind of navigation. So navigation should be visible, it should be simple one, it should be on a standardized format. So when we talk about navigation, navigation gets over. What about the other things? Number of websites they have a header aspect. Like in header, they have five, six different kind of images, and in that images they talk about their product, their services, and later on the other aspect of web content will start from there. So when we talk about navigation, the header aspect, header is really very important. Here is header. You can say here is a header is a kind of billboard. So the moment what kind of marketing message you want to deliver to your targeted audience, it should be either on a header. So definitely text proportionate should be very less. On header you should not use 25% of your header space for the text and all. And after that, the graphics should play a very important role. So when we talk about driving a right kind of traffic to your website, at the same time it is really very important that how long your traffic will stay on your website. If your if say for an example, if 1 lakh people visit your website on a daily basis, but bounce rate is 70%, it means people are coming to your website but they could not find the value of staying at your website. So this is something very important when we talk about driving a traffic. It is not a kind of quick recap kind of game or quick recap kind of fixing kind of things. You need to be really very concerned about, you need to be really very scientific when you talk about your web structure. So as I stated you that apart from the navigation, the header itself will talk about your marketing message. uh, then how you place your content on your website. Number of times I've seen that people put it a lots of videos, a lots of images, but content is lesser. So don't expect your web traffic to come to your website, then guess that what this website is all about. If that is if that is the situation is going on your website, the probability your bounce rate will be higher. And this is the base. I must say that these are the fundamentals. So the moment I say these are the fundamentals, you should be really concerned about that fundamentals. So, text, when we talk about text, what kind of text you are putting on your web, on a homepage? Nobody is interested nowadays. I'm talking about by advent videos, photographs, interactive elements on your web. That if you put 10 lines, it all depends on the website itself. But the moment you put it on a 10 lines on your website about what you are doing or what your company is doing, nobody is interested in. So whosoever is visiting your website, they are more interested in that what is there for them. If I'm visiting your website, it must offer something that what I'm interested in. I'm no more interested in that what you are doing or what brand X is doing or what brand Y is doing. So this is something very important. Especially it is really very critical when if your business is related to education, if your business is related to some universities, some colleges or things like. If your business is related to travel, the good photo can work along, good videos will work along. But if your website is related to your business is related to education, the videos and photograph will not appropriate to you to pull that traffic and stay out on the traffic. So content should be there. So when we talk about content, what does it mean exactly? So should I connect, should I consider, should I consent to my copywriter to write all about the content? No, not at all. Whatsoever marketing strategy you have, whatsoever the brand advantage you have, whatsoever the unique services you have, you must write all these things on a shorter note and put it on a content, and the content should be very juicy, very interactive, and very very point to point. Nowadays nobody is interested to see what kind of blurry language you had used in your website, what kind of complex terms you have used in your website. See, website is all about getting the traffic. Website is all about converting that traffic into the real time conversion, like buying or selling the product or services. So your content should be really very simple, really very relevant, and it should be synced with your business. Now, the third most important aspect is images. I've seen lots of websites. I'm talking about all big websites who have a quite good traffic on their web. Their images. The moment you see their images name, that images name is like images1.jpg, images2.jpg, or images5.png. This is a wrong practice. Ideally, being a business owner, see, I'm not accusing SEO team to do that image tagging and all. Being into this business, if you are a business owner of education aspect, if you are a business owner of travel and tourism domain, you should be concerned about that. If you have a picture, what the name of that picture should be. Number of times that if you have a very good picture and the name is really synced with what picture is all about, it you might have seen that your picture will crawl by Google because the semantic aspect is there. The same thing had been video. So video, definitely, if you talk about a video, if you have put it a video on a web, it must have a caption image shot of. The video should not directly start. So in a video, by just seeing your caption image, It should be attract me to that level that I should get to your website. I should put on your website for more than 1 minute or so, and I should browse this video. So these are all scientific things. The moment you apply these scientific things, but definitely Google had set it a very good algorithm for that. Google had set at a very good parameters for that. The moment you apply these parameters into your website, the first part on page SEO work is almost complete. Then the role of right keyword is there. Then the role of right title tag is there. Then the role of right meta tag is there. So the moment I talk about a title tag, it is, see, when we talk about driving a web traffic, driving a good quality traffic on a web, your title really contributed a lot to attract traffic to your website. Because nowadays I've seen a practice people are using. I'm not talking about a particular country or particular group, but people are using a different kind of keywords on their title. So this is not the right approach. Ideally, if you're say if you have a cake shop, say if you have if you say that the cake shop name is George Cake Shop or Linda Cake Shop, the title should be Linda Cake Shop. Then you can talk about the premium cake segment, or they can sell a cake on a bedding, they can sell the cake on a birthday, that sort of. So the title should be very much relevant. Ideally, your business name should be your title name, and apart from just writing your business name as a title, you must write that what exactly you are doing. If you are selling something, you must write. If you are purchasing something, you must write. If you are simply putting a different kind of content or knowledge based kind of thing, you must write that thing. Because number of times what had happened, if we type something on a Google or any other search engine, what had happened, you will see a lots of website URLs are there. So apart from URL, you must have seen that there are a one line description or there are 1.5 line description. Number of time what I've seen that in many of the website descriptions are so neatly and well done, well written, that person definitely go to that website and just see. And number of times what I'd see, by just merely reading the title description itself, people will come to your website and they stay for some time. So this is, so it means writing a right kind of title tag is very important. Title tag, it means I'm talking about whatsoever things is written in a title. It should be sharp, it should be point to point, it should be in a very authenticated manner. Then one of the most important thing is meta tag. Again, nowadays people, I'm talking about SEO community is doing a quite non-acceptable job. They are writing various kind of keywords on meta tag itself. They won't write they won't write a line. They won't describe that what their business is all about. Since instead of writing that kind of thing, people are stuffing different kind of keywords on a meta tag. If you are doing the same thing on a meta tag, what will happen? The required good quality traffic will not come to your website. So, when we talk about a meta tag, ideally in one or line or 1.5 line, we should talk about that what this website is all about. If you're in your website, if you're selling something, if you're purchasing something, if you're doing some kind of phenomenal information sharing things are coming, you must write that thing. Then keywords are really very important aspect, but keyword does not mean that you're putting a lots of keywords. Any kind of keyword which comes to you as a gut feeling, or your SEO guy said that you must use these keywords because traffic things are there, the searches are there, you must, I suggest you won't use that kind of keywords. Always listen to your heart, listen to your business requirement, and the kind of business requirement you just feel like being a search person, being a vendor, being a requirement analyzer, what kind of keywords you will put it to find your kind of businesses or product. So these are something very important, which plays almost 50% contribution in getting the right kind of web traffic to your website. This is something very important. Then, since I had already talked about the navigation aspect, images and video aspect. We had already discussed about the right title tag. We had already about discussed about the meta tag description. We had all talked about different kind of keywords. Then what next? The most important aspect is CTA. CTA is a call to action. Number of times I had seen that in many of the websites, you really need to do a different kind of struggle to find the contact information. The find the most important aspect is that if the website is really related to education aspect, a lots of new persons who are visiting their site, or if they come to your site, they really spending quite good time to just find out that where admission form is there. So CTA, it means what? Call to action. What kind of information you are putting on your website, that is perfectly fine. What you are expecting out of putting that information? Definitely selling. So it means if you are selling a product, add to cart or buy now button should be on a very prominent stage. Don't expect your web visitor to do different kind of struggles to find that kind of CTA buttons. It might happen that if you are an academic institution and if you are running your website for an admission, so admission tab should be really prominent. Ideally it should be in a different color. You might have, it might happen that you can put it in a different place itself so that it can be highlighted. And if I have 30-second 50-second in my hand and randomly I landed on your website, so CTA button should be quite visible. And nowadays, if I need to put 1 minute to search that where your content things are there, it is not the right idea. So ideally, whatsoever content information you have, it means I'm talking about the company address, phone number, and some important elements, maybe your website address or email. Either you should use these kind of content information on every page on the footer of your website. So footer of your website is really very important nowadays. Even if not, I'm talking about nowadays. Number of times I've seen big corporates. They simply write that all rights reserved 2016-17 and the name of the company. Then on the right hand side they put it the powered by. But gentlemen, you are losing a lots of web traffic of using that particular space for an information which is not related to your uh, targeted audience or targeted group. So think in that particular perspective and make your website, make your web presence in accordance to that. Then okay, now I feel so that you have done these kind of exercises, these kind of activities on your web. Then what are the other aspects which can help me to get good quality traffic to my website? SEO, on-page SEO you have already done. Merely on-page SEO will not do wonders for you. So to get a good quality traffic, you need to really submit your website to different search engine directories. So your SEO guy will definitely do that kind of activities. But you need to ask your SEO guy that what kind of directories they are submitting to your website. A number of times you simply lose your traffic because of the wrong domain extension you have. If you have an education website and your domain extension is .biz, definitely it will not work to you. Number of times, many of us we buy a domain, we buy a domain quite carelessly. So this is something very important. Extension is something very important. If you are a country specific website, like suppose if you're an education institution and your education is related to India only, try to get either edu.in domain or edu domain. If you are running your website on .com and domain, it will not help you out. The same thing happened with the corporate website. If you're selling some kind of products and your website extension is .org, nobody will come to your website. So these are one of the most important aspect, and the good part is that these aspects, these elements of the businesses comes free. So when I say it comes free, what does it mean exactly? You need to actually redesign the complete ecosystem of your website. So even booking a domain name is really very important. So whatsoever your domain name is there, this is one question, and the second aspect is that what kind of extension you have. So many people come to me and just complain that I have a very good domain name. My domain name is quite catchy, but I'm not getting the desired traffic. I'd already run different kind of advert campaigns and put it a lots of money into advert campaign, but I'm not getting the traffic. It might happen that you have a wrong extension. So if you have a wrong extension, how you what exactly you feel that how search engines put it your web domain name or a business in a right direction. So extension is something very important. Then as I stated you, your website should be submitted in a right kind of directories. available online, although your SEO guy will do that kind of work, but definitely you should ask about that, what kind of directory is using. If you have a country specific website, I suggest you that you must go through a country specific domain. Like if you are in India and if you have a business related to India only, try to put it a .in domain. It will help you to get a traffic from India. If you are from UK, or if you are in China, or if you are in some other country, if you're in UK, try to get it a domain extension called .uk. It will help you to get the indigenous traffic. Even in India, since this conference is broadcasting from India, and lots of people are available. So if we talk about India, country like India, it has a vast geographic conditions. So in India, even regional things are there. Whatsoever content normally we think about that whatsoever content. If I'm residing in New Delhi and I put it a content from a New Delhi perspective or a keyword from New Delhi perspective, it might happen. The same website will not work if it is opening in Chennai or it is opening in Kerala. So regional searches are really very important. No matter whether your website is in English or Hindi or any other regional languages, but regional searches are one of the most important aspects. So think, if your business is a pan India basis, think from that perspective. Merely put it a right kind of content, put it a right kind of graphics, put it a right kind of products on your website will not entitle you to get the quality traffic. So think about that direction. Now, when we talk about search engine, okay, you have done good search engine things and all. What about the blogs? What about the content marketing aspect? Because nowadays, when we see, acha, there is a quite interesting fact. When we talk about content marketing, people normally presume that we are talking about only text. No, not at all. When we talk about content marketing, it could be image, it could be a graphics, it could be a video, it could be a text, it could be your promotional banner. These are all content. So if you want to get a good kind of web traffic to your website, you must invest in these kind of properties. So text is one of the most important aspect. But what happens if you put it the world best content on your website, and you are really very happy that okay, I have in my website I have 150 blogs, and you are expecting that every visitor will come to your website, they will read 150 blogs of your website. Practically, it is not possible. What to do next? There are different kind of wonderful tools. Definitely, Google had done a remarkable job as far as the content marketing is concerned. There are different kind of blogs. Blogspot is one of the most important free tool to you. So even in a blogspot, any children who is in their teenage, they can go and create their account. So if you have a blog, put it whatsoever your marketing communication is there, whatsoever your scientific communication is there, whatsoever your product communication is there, you must use blog. And I always suggest that do not join your blogspot entity and your website altogether. Many of the SEO guys, they say that you must adjoin these blogs, different kind of blogs to your website itself. I am not in that suggestion. Not I am not in that kind of agreement. Okay. So what about after that? These are important aspects that when we talk about blog, when we talk about uh, marketing aspect or the other aspect, what are the important elements where we can use the same kind of content and we can use it for the web? You can use YouTube channel. YouTube is a best freely available channel. It can be do wonders for you, especially if you have a good video content. It could the video content should be related to your product, services, or any other aspect. So you must use that. So why I'm talking about YouTube? Why I'm talking about some other aspect? Because see, the purpose is talk about video marketing. So you can use different available channels, but video marketing can do wonders to you. Apart from that, you must have a good landing page. When we talk about YouTube, when we talk about Pinterest, when we talk about Instagram, when we talk about Facebook, these are the social media channels. And if you put it the right kind of content, the relevant content, it will help you to get a very good amount of traffic to your website. So social media is not about only putting the content or dumping your desired undesired content on these kind of channels. It is about interactions. So don't expect that whatsoever put it on your Facebook page or whatsoever you have put it on a Pinterest page or Instagram page, they will fetch you a good amount of business. No, no, not at all. You need to really work hard to do different kind of interaction. So ideally, whatsoever content, whatsoever information you want to put, it should be in a communication phase. So you can ask questions, you can do different kind of reviews, you can host different kind of opinion polls on your Facebook page itself. Even in your YouTube video, if even in your company video, people are really very interested that at the end of the day that what that video should depict about. So the moment you put it on some video on a YouTube channel, you must write about that what this video is all about in let's say 2 3 lines or 4 lines. So social media can do wonders as well as the getting the right kind of web traffic to your site only when you have connected social media channels and your website in sync with. Number of times I've seen for many of the brands, I've seen many of the individuals or the institution, whatever communication is written on their website and their social media communication is somewhat very different. If you consume both of the kind of content at the same time, you won't feel that they belong to the same company. So be very specific about writing anything about your company on social media channels like Facebook, YouTube, and Pinterest and Instagram. Then comes LinkedIn. A lots of companies have a very good amount of traffic. They have a really incremental traffic to their web, not because they had promoted their content well, but they're using LinkedIn channel, the LinkedIn platform or the purely business platform like LinkedIn in a very strategic manner. So even every aspect, even because this lecture is all about this content sharing is all about driving a good web traffic to your website. So each single social media channels can do wonders for you, especially to get the right kind of traffic. Twitter has its own significance. To write about whatsoever things you are writing on a Twitter, it will not maybe best fitted to Facebook. I've seen many of the content. I'm talking about the social media aspect because here we are talking about getting a right kind of traffic from a web aspect. I've seen people use a hashtag anonymously. There is no requirement of a hashtag on a particular line on a particular bed, but they use it just for seeking, just for using like their this. So I suggest you think from a budgeted perspective. Use the right kind of hashtag on a right appropriate manner. Don't do overstuffing of your hashtag on your either Twitter account or Facebook account. It won't help you to get the right kind of traffic. Simply some if some hashtag in trending, it does not help you to get the right kind of traffic to your website. So be very specific when you are talking about a hashtag. LinkedIn, as I stated you, LinkedIn is a wonderful platform as far as the driving the right kind of web traffic to your site. What are the other aspects? These okay, I understand that you many of you know about different kind of web traffic, different kind of web traffic elements and all. Have you heard about the digital PR? Okay, let me explain that how simply putting a right kind of a very good digital PR to your company's site or on a web content, it can do wonders for you. Normally, see what happens when if you want to search something, if you want to explore something, what normally you do? You go to a search engine, type that term, and what will happen? You will see a lots of URLs are there. It might happen that your website link would be there, but apart from that URLs, what the website are there, there are lots of third party URLs. It could be a blog, it could be a digital PR. So number of times I've seen that a good kind of digital PR can do wonders for you as far as the web traffic is concerned. Because digital PR, especially from a third party perspective, can really help you to build a good kind of trust, a good kind of professional reputation in front of your targeted audience or a targeted TG. It might happen, you must have seen, especially it is quite working in a travel industry, that people are using reviews to find the right kind of hotels for you. So nowadays, whatsoever good information you have, whatsoever valuable content you have, whatsoever good product offering you have, but if your reviews is not good, especially I'm talking about an online review, if your reviews are not good, you will more likely to lose your web traffic. And people, what normally people do, they are running, they are putting a lots of fun on their adverts campaign, and they think that people will come to their website, put it or fill up their forms, and they will get the business. But how you are expecting that kind of conversion if your reviews are wrong? So even if although it happens with almost all the industries, but I'm very much concerned about the travel industry, because now, being an individual, I'm a digital entrepreneur, and wherever I book a hotel, the places where I have not gone earlier, or the places which is quite new to me, I must see the kind of review what I have. A number of time I had cancelled my booking based on the review, and in practical also, a number of times what I have done, I just for checking that the value of that review, what I had done, I had booked my hotel room on a hotel uh, name which is quite bad in reviews, and my experience was not very good as far as that hotel is concerned. It means reviews are something very important. There are lots of places, there are lots of free sites are there where people come and just write about reviews of their real experiences. Please believe me, friends, one good review can wonders to get the right kind of web traffic to you, and few bad reviews can do quite good negative marketing, huge negative marketing of your website or web content or whatsoever businesses you are into. So be very aware about these kind of things, because nowadays everybody, since accessibility to web, accessibility to different kind of information is quite normal nowadays. So people are quite aware about that. If I need to buy a product, let me see what kind of review they have. A number of times, a very good PR reviews are there, especially for hotels and for different kind of educational institution. Number of times that if you have seen a very good PR reviews, a full-paged article of that company or that brand, it will ignite a different kind of trust in you. You feel like, okay, this is a safe place where you must invest, where I can buy a product, where I can buy a service. And if you have a bad review, unfortunately, you can't simply delete that bad reviews from a web. So bad review means what? You should be really conscious about. You must have a team of crisis management, content writers. They should respond, not react against that review, or whatsoever digital PR is there. What are the other ways? We talk about SEO, we talk about reviews, we talk about social media, we talk about content marketing. What are the other ways? Advert campaigns. The moment I say advert campaign, it means I'm talking about Google advert campaign. At the same time, I'm talking about Bing or MSN advert campaign. I'm talking about Yahoo advert campaign itself. So what does it mean when you talk about an advert campaign? See, this is a paid professional. This is a paid service. But will it really help to you to getting the right kind of web traffic to your website, or selling some product on an online? Is it? Number of times I had seen number of times that people are using their website URL, like if your website is rosemaryinteractive.in, so they normally use the same kind of URL for their online campaign, advert campaign. This is a wrong practice. Ideally, you must, if you have running a campaign for a specific region, either to sell a product, for an admission, to sell a particular service, to sell a particular product, to sell a particular product package, ideally you must have a different separate landing page. So you won't expect your user to come to your website and search about, they are expecting to do different kind of a struggle to find the kind of package what they had seen in the ad but campaign. So these are, I feel so these are some most important aspect as far as the web is concerned, and driving the right kind of web traffic to your website, many of them are really based on a goals, based on a marketing strategy, based on a different kind of ecosystem what you adopt as an organization, as an individual, and it help you to get the right kind of quality web traffic to you, the right kind of minimum bounce rate to you, the right kind of good stay on your web page. Then only you can sell your product or services or to promote it. So I feel so that I had taken a quite good time.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mr. Arya.